I discovered my love for theme park food. I can't get enough of it. So, I figured it was finally time to fulfill my childhood dreams of being a TV chef. I'll show you how to bring the magic of the theme parks into your own kitchen. Some recipes may turn out great, some may not, but hey, we'll have fun along the way. Oh! Hi, I didn't see you there. Hello. Welcome to another peaceful episode of Food Rocks. It is a brisk and chilly and nippy day here in our Food Rock studio. It's about 70 degrees in my house. I've got a hot pot of vanilla coffee brewing, and here's a cup for me. See, look how hot that is. You can even see the steam. Outside of my window in humid Orlando, it's 87 degrees. So I am feeling my fall fantasy for today's episode because we made the cheddar cheese soup at Epcot. Soup, cheese, period, end of sentence. That's it. That's all you need. And it's so good. This soup is from the Canada Pavilion's Food and Wine Festival stall. Kiosk. I'm sorry. What is it called? Food kitchens? What are they called? Get that nice, little cold front right before the Food and Wine Festival ends because it's like Thanksgiving by then. So I always get the soup. I lived in Chicago for 4 years, and there was this amazing restaurant called Soup Box. I really hope it's still there. I don't know. But look at me. I'm sweating for this bit. I'm wearing a sweater and a scarf for this bit, and I'm sweating. But it's fine because I do it for comedy. There was this restaurant called Soup Box, and you walked in, and it was like just a full row of cauldrons. And they're all each a different type of soup, and then you get to pick which soup you want. You can mix and match the soups. My personal favorite was mixing the clam chowder with the lobster bisque. But anyway, I love soup. I've always loved soup. I'm a broth babe. I'm a broth babe. So I really, 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 really loved making this recipe. This recipe came from Disney Parks blog, actually. They posted a recipe, and I just followed it to a T, like literally everything, and it worked out just perfectly. And see, that's what you get when you actually follow recipes instead of sometimes just messing things up or not buying the right things, or just follow the recipes, you guys. Anyway, here it is. Enjoy. Let's go to the kitchen. Before we get started, I just need to refill my coffee. Let's watch the video. Thank you, our Snows, Jesse and Robbie, for letting me use your kitchen for these videos. You're going to start with half a package of bacon here and cut them into quarter inch pieces. And then you're going to use one red onion. You're also going to dice it. I'm apologizing now, Robbie, who let me use his kitchen. And I've already said that, thank you. I lied to him and said that there weren't any onion in this recipe because he hates onions. So sorry I lied to you. But hey, you ate your onions, you ate your vegetables. Good job. Now you're using 3 ribs of celery and kind of cutting them around the same size. In Tagalog, the small things that you dice that you're about to saute, you call it sahog. Sahog, sahog. So make sure you have all of your sahog ready to go for your cheddar soup. You're going to saute your vegetables just like so. You're going to start with your bacon first to kind of let it render. And what I usually do is I kind of let it render for a little bit, just medium-low heat, and just let that bacon fat just kind of melt away so you have enough oil to saute the rest of your vegetables. So now I am grating 3 different types of cheese. This was really the exciting part. Thank God for a box grater. Buy a box grater. Maybe get a bigger bowl, not like me. Use a really small bowl. I just didn't want to clean a big bowl. Anyway, I am grating 3 different kinds of cheddar here. At the end of the day, you just need a pound of cheddar. So I kind of just like split the difference and divide it into 3 so I could have 3 different kinds of cheddar. Like 2 were like fancy, and 1 was just like a basic block of soft cheddar from Whole Foods. So now that you've seen the bacon has kind of like melted off all the fat, now you're just kind of left with that meat, which is perfect. You're going to use 4 tablespoons of butter. Beurre. That's butter in French, right? Beurre. Anyway, you're going to melt the butter, and that's what you're going to use to help saute your celery and onion. Just going to take a quick sip. Ah! I'm such a messy cook. Look at how much mess I made! Sis. It's embarrassing. Just like vegetables flying all over the place. Anyway, you're going to let this saute until the celery and the onion have softened. Once that is in, you are going to add your flour. You're using a cup of flour here. And what's really important is that you do this first before you add your broth. You really want to cook off that flour because you don't want just like pockets of dry flour in your soup. So this is the perfect way to do it. Just kind of like put in that flour. Once it's kind of like turned into like a paste and you don't see any more of that like white powder anymore, then you're good to go. Now you are going to ladle in 3 cups of chicken stock. Now, if you can't make your own stock, that's totally fine. Store-bought is just fine, just like Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten says. But if you do have a rotisserie chicken or a roast chicken and you want to save those bones, freeze them up, and then just make a broth the next day with like an onion and celery, salt and pepper. Girl, you got chicken stock. That's what I do. I roast a chicken every week, famously. And the bones I save and make my own stock. So I was able to use that here, which was really, really exciting. Maybe that'll be a new video in the future because Mama loves roasting chickens. Now you are going to ladle in milk. You're using 4 cups of milk here. Luna! You are going to do this in batches. So kind of like the broth when you're ladling it in, I would pour a little bit of the milk at a time just to get it incorporated. Once it's kind of like all one like consistency, then pour in a little bit more of that milk. Gonna have a little biscotti. I love fall. Now you have all of the milk incorporated in. It should look more like a soup, just like this. So just keep stirring it. Just make sure you don't have any more of those like thick lumps from the floury paste that you've made. And once it's all uniform, take it out of the heat. I just use like a little pot holder. And then, so that's part, you're gonna start stirring in your shredded cheddar. It should kind of like melt as you mix it. So you shouldn't be seeing any like big lumps. But I was trying to like do it like pretty and gingerly and it just wasn't working. So I just dumped the whole thing in and just started stirring it. This is a tablespoon of Tabasco and then a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Look at how I opened that bottle with one hand. Isn't that impressive? Good job, you. Good job. Hi. And just kind of incorporating it. This is also when you would want to salt and pepper to taste. I use a lot of pepper. But this is when you want to season and taste. See, you're at that like perfect consistency, perfect flavoring. Always taste as you go. Very, very good tip when you're cooking. I had a little accident and like spluttered all over the place, but you're just gonna blitz it just like this. Blitz, blitz, blitz until it's kind of like a soup consistency. The bacon is gonna start like getting like minced into smaller pieces that's gonna spread all around. And you just kind of keep doing it until you're happy with what type of like consistency of a soup do you want. Do you want it a little bit thicker, or do you want it a little bit smoother? Oh my god. Choking. Oh my god. I forgot that happened. I dropped my rubber spatula. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. This is what makes it Canadian, I believe. I don't know what the cheese industry is like in Canada, but I believe this is what makes it Canadian. Use a very warm, not like hot, but a warm bottle of La Fin du Monde or any Canadian beer, like a light lager. And then just use half a cup and then just like pour it on top and then stir it and you're good to go. Make sure it's like all mixed in. Taste it. I'm telling you, it's like so good. I was so shocked at how good this recipe was, and I really hope you enjoy it. Smells good, huh? Smells good. It's a what?
It's a Scottish cow.
They have cows in Scotland. All right, here we go. This is the cheddar cheese soup from the Canada Pavilion at Epcot. Bottoms up. That's really good. Adam, you have to try this. This is really good. But be like off cam. Don't be like on the cam. Are you serious? This is highbrow, lowbrow right here.
This is a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Christ. Try it.
That's so gross.
That's really good. It really wasn't that hard to make, too. It was very easy.
Can I try with a...
Yes, with a baguette.
You should dip your burger in it.
That's what I thought what you were gonna do.
No, girl.
I thought you were going to dip a fry in it. That'd be good.
I guess it's good.
Better than the pretzel.
Hey. So good. Good job, me. Good job, me. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Food Rocks. You can find Food Rocks on Instagram at RJ Food Rocks. You can find it here on YouTube. That's all we got. Just the Instagram and the YouTube. So make sure you subscribe here and you follow us there. Make sure you comment down below saying, I love soup. That's all you need to say. But if you want to say some other stuff too, like, RJ, you're amazing. RJ, you're so cute. RJ, I can't believe you're married. I want to marry you. Like, just write it all down there and I'll respond to it just so we can have some activity going on. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video. Bye. Ooh, so cold. I need my soup to warm me up. Ooh.